When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay, so we on time. Everybody's still late. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, Ed, how you doing, boo? Good evening, y'all. So before we get started, I was just going to tell you that I have stumbled up on the LGBTQ plus side of TikTok finally, y'all. And boy, have I run across a circle of friends with some interesting tea and stuff going on. But that's for another day, okay, baby? Period. Okay. Oh, Sasha is lurking. Hey, Sasha, how you doing? Please make sure y'all smash that thumbs up button as you come in and out that door. Really appreciate it. So before we get started, I'm just gonna run through our little lineup, give everybody time to pop in, okay? So the first topic, okay, y'all, we got for the day is ex-husband was arrested for stalking. Y'all, okay. This is Britney Spears' ex-husband. Well, one of her many ex-husbands. But we're gonna get to that story in a second. This next story, y'all, this is a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if you ask me. Okay, so a woman in blackface terrorizes Target and Starbucks. For those of you who are not familiar with the term blackface, but that's considered it's derogatory for one. We're going to say that very much so, but that is when a person puts paint over their face to emulate another nationality. It could be African American, whether it be any darker race or any race. You know what I'm saying? That's considered blackface? Okay, that's blackface. What you doing? But yeah, so we're gonna get into that video, the viral lady, and y'all. So we gotta talk about Mr. Donald Trump. He pled not guilty for the third indictment, of course. Now, listen, as I always say, I'm not here to discuss who you're going to vote for. I do not care. And we're not going to discuss who I'm going to vote for. This is just what popped up in the news. This is what we're going to talk about, okay? Period. Oh, give me 1 second. So NBC News, okay, or NBC, Bravo, those little NBC TV stations have been accused of sexual acts, mental health exploitation, all kind of other things. This discrimination because of the age, race, So you got a group of people that's coming together now about to file a lawsuit, y'all. So they suing. What's going on in Hollywood? Have y'all noticed here recently? There is a lot of shenanigans going on in Hollywood, from the strike to actors speaking out against different networks. I think, to be honest, in my own personal opinion, I honestly think that people are starting to see how they can start their own networks based off of other platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Like you can legitly make your own. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're starting to see that. Oh, we skipped. Not Post Malone. We skipped him. Malone gives a fan a a $5,000 guitar. So I just thought that was something interesting that we can put in for positivity. Y'all feel what I'm saying? You feel me? Okay. So let's get started in the actual news in the clips.
Thank you, Posty. We love you.
Can we get that guitar? Can we get your guitar?
Oh, you want a guitar?
Yes.
It's like a $5,000 guitar, so you have to promise me. You have to promise me. Look at me. You got to promise me that you're going to take care of it and play it. Okay?
We promise our life.
Okay? Okay. All right.
Yes. Holy shit.
Look at that Fender.
Do you realize what you
Can I get the Fender, please?
You guys should have to go through that guitar coming in here. Guys, back up.
Well, here he comes.
Here he comes.
So on tour, I brought my favorite guitars, and you need to promise me you're going to take care of it, okay? Okay? All right, you promise. You pinky promise. All right. You pinky promise.
Yes, yes. I make sure that you sign it.
I will sign it. All right.
You know what? And you gotta keep on kicking out.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I don't have a marker. May I borrow your marker?
I didn't let him borrow the marker, please. My marker
Awesome.
went
Thank
by
you. Glad to see you go, but Effie is going to Loving Kennedy.
Now, I thought that was a really nice thing. Now, as you can hear, there was some man in the audience. I don't know if that was a man, if that was her dad, her uncle, whoever the man was, whether he's just a random person, but he did say, "Hey, I will buy it," okay? And Malone gave it to the girl. That was really nice. Now, that little $5,000 guitar and it's signed. Oh, it's gonna be worth some buka. That's gonna be her. Listen, that's gonna pay for her schooling. Period. Whether she know it, that was my child. Period. Anyway, let's continue on. What we got next coming up in lineup? Okay, so here's Miss Lady who decides to go to the store in blackface, y'all. Okay. Oh, hold on, y'all. 1 second. I think I forgot to do something, and I did. Okay. Anyway, we fixed it, y'all. We fixed it. I'm sorry. Anyway, so let's watch this little clip and see what she was running amok in Starburst doing.
Hey, babe,
Ass.
for a job today. I'm at Starbucks. I never treat myself to Starbucks since the post office got rid of me. I barely treated myself to Starbucks when I was working there. I couldn't afford it. Trump is coming.
Yeah.
I'm showing my titties. I
Oh,
got somebody across from me that's showing his too. I'll post his picture later. It's hilarious. You guys got to see this. Anyway, wish me luck. I'm going to the post office for a job. They will never recognize my picture now. They could put me on the FBI wanted list. Have a good day. I'm going to have me a Nakai refresher. Okay. If you want the rest or if you want what this stuff is, and if you've never had it, you got to come down to Starbucks. I'm off of Mississippi and 225. Okay. Stay tuned. It's going to be candid camera, lights, camera, action today. They'll never recognize me.
Now, he said they would never recognize her. Now, in my opinion, she done this on purpose to get under people's skins. But this is her right here, okay? This is her right here. Don't y'all forget this face, okay? Because she gave her full address and location of where she was at when she was doing this, y'all. Which leads me to think that, of course, she is doing this as a stunt to get under people's skin, to gain some kind of attention for something. Why, I don't know, but it's not cute, okay? And it's not funny. And she gonna walk into the wrong person with that on, and it's gonna be all she wrote. I'm telling you, people think it's a game, and it's not. But that's her right there, y'all. All right, so NBC, okay, this sexual allegations, mental health exploitation, y'all. I've already spoke about this slightly, but I'm just gonna let y'all watch this, okay? And after that, I want y'all's opinion on what you feel about these actors. If you guys think that they're in the right, if they're the wrong, what's going on with Hollywood? Hollywood.
How many people, first of all, are you representing here? Is it a specific number, a growing number? What are we talking about?
We're talking about right now 10, 15 people that have been interested. I've talked to over 50 people that would like to join. There are going to be hundreds of people that come out because there's hundreds of people that have been exploited. They've been, there's children that have been exploited. There's people with mental illness that have been exploited. There's people exploited based on their race, based on their gender, based on their height, based on their mental illness. They're exploiting people who have mental illness, and they've created and exacerbated that mental illness and filmed around that mental illness, made fun of it, exacerbated it, and then had them go into facilities to help them recover from mental health, only to get them right back on the show and film that. And it's disgusting. It's deplorable. And it's one thing if you're paid for something like that, you understand what you're doing. But when you're paid next to nothing for it, and children are.
I want to pause on this for a second, y'all, because he made a point here that I don't agree with at all. I don't care how much they pay you. Nothing is ever enough when you're suffering from mental abuse, sexual abuse, exploitation. You can't even go behind closed doors and do for somebody recording you and posting you and blackmail to get ahead in life. So I don't agree with him on that. I don't care how much they pay you. It's never going to be enough. Never. So he shouldn't even put that in his statement.
Exploited. Mental illness is exploited. Sexism, racism, all of it. It's not okay, and it's got to stop. While people may sign up to be treated a certain way, what we find time and time again is that they are berated, they're belittled, and it's one thing to put them in that situation and that they know what they're doing. It's another thing to be illegally recording them while they're having sex, distributing that in violation of revenge porn laws. There's one thing about signing up and waiving certain rights. There's another thing about the inability to waive rights that are legal laws that are protected for you. This is so bad that, I'll just show something. This is so bad that this is something I was provided with. If you can read the front of it, and I'll walk up to the camera, it says slave contract. An actual slave contract. Like you're going to be able to have someone sign a slave contract?
Well, that's an actual contract for a show?
That's an actual contract between two people that allows filming and allows other things to happen. And
now I'm going to say this. Now, listen, people, we got to be smarter than this, okay? We've got to be smarter than this when it comes to sticking up for ourselves, co-signing for ourselves, reading things, being more thorough. Just look at even the bold print in this point, because if you think I am that stupid to sign something like that, you must be tripping. Must be tripping. Yeah, clearly. Y'all, like, let me take this back slightly so we can look at this contract. It legitimately says slave contract. Legitimately, y'all, look at this. I can't zoom any further, but it legitimately says slave contract. This is like, you gotta be your own advocate at some point in life. Like, you gotta learn to advocate for yourself, because can't nobody advocate for you better than you.
slave contract. An actual slave contract. Like you're going to be able to have someone sign a slave contract?
Well, that's an actual contract for a show?
That's an actual contract between two people that allows filming and allows other things to happen and to be placed on a show. Certainly. NBC is just a start. And it's just a start, and there's much more. There's a sexiness to being on reality TV. They suck you in, and then they force you in a position to do something or say something, which not only ruins yourself on that show, but it ruins yourself for the rest of your life. And some of these are children. It's not okay, and it's got to stop.
Okay, he right. It's not okay. And yes,
I know you were very vocal about
it has to stop, okay? But these actors have been putting up with this for so long. The law actually doesn't allow for such a thing. Wait. And that's all, the slave. And that's what I'm like, too. So there's got to be some kind of legal ramifications to where some of this stuff is not even allowed. Like, come on, a slave contract. Like, did you doctor this up already? Or what's going on? Give me the real tea. Like, don't sit here and pull my leg. So here's Bethany Frankel. She's a reality TV star. Now, a lot of these reality TV stars have been complaining. I know Tamar was very upset on another podcast, but that's something that I'm gonna dive into on another podcast. We're gonna have a panel of people. We're gonna talk about that. And that's gonna be coming up soon. Y'all get ready for that conversation of how reality stars are treated versus their skin colors. And we're gonna hop in some. Anyway, back on track. So let's hear what she had to say, y'all.
about saying reality stars need a union because they rerun over and over again these episodes. Would you consider taking on that task and kind of going full throttle?
I am about to go to the library and take out the idiot guide to starting a union. I literally know nothing about it, like I knew nothing about relief work or anything else I've ever done. Launching a liquor brand, starting a podcast, launching a YouTube series. But I will certainly, I literally have no idea what it takes to run a union, but I know I could.
Okay, now she may be Superwoman, okay? She may be like, y'all, shit. I'm gonna cut her off for a second. But listen, starting and forming a union is nothing like running a podcast. Do not compare. I hate when people compare apple and orange juice. It's not the same thing. There's a lot of legality. Listen, just because you start a podcast don't mean you can start a union, but more power to you. But isn't it funny how years later, now they're speaking out to have a union when this should have been something that was drawn up years ago. Because what some of the issue is, a lot of your main stars, the A-listers, the B-listers, they're making enough money to live off of right now. They're making billions and they get their residuals. Okay. But it's the lower levels of the celebrity list, the actors and the reality TV stars who don't get that same treatment. So that's kind of why everybody's like, you know what, pause, we want everybody to have the same treatment. But I mean, at this point, why don't you make your own show? Make your own movie. It's easy as that. With YouTube being out here, you be your own boss.
Do it. Has someone reached out to you, like maybe friends and pals, and saying, you know what, I want to join in? Can you name some of them?
No. So many, over 100 very well-known reality stars have reached out to me, and chairmen of major companies have said that I'm right on with the terms I'm about to post in the next hour that I think are fair, but subject to modification because I wrote them overnight at 5 o'clock in the morning preparing for Mark and Kelly.
So would you consider them striking and not like filming?
I think that people should boycott the television shows that are running at reruns forever, and the originals. And I think that the reality stars in production now, like people like Vanderpump Rules, that have the power because we are the losers of the entertainment industry, that right now are the workhorse mule B-list people that are going to be the clowns, the dog and pony show, make a fool of yourself, you cheat on somebody, rip someone's hair out, go broke and live that on TV for the rest of your life without getting paid. We're the ones who are going to be trying to, the jugglers, the circus animals, that they're going to want to fill in the content that A-list Hollywood is going to negotiate. And it's the reality.
Now she knew damn well when she signed up for this job that she was what position she was gonna be for. Okay, but I feel them. I do feel them. I feel them, y'all. But isn't it something that you negotiate in your contract? Look, so what? You just wake up one day, they see you, oh, you're gonna get this money, and you just go run after it without looking at the back end of it, but how you're gonna live down the line once this show's over and done with. And yes, we can all stop watching these shows. Yes, we can. We can stop watching them because y'all want us to, okay? But we don't affect it. It's only a certain amount of people in the world who actually affect it, and they have that box. Now, if your cable company ever gives you this box, you influence the power of TV. But it's only a few people in the world who have them, and that's the rich, the powerful, the elite, the governments. Them kind of people have these little boxes, and that determines the ratings for TV. Not based on what we all watch, but what these select individuals watch. Because Oprah, years ago, Miss Oprah had a thing, y'all, where she was telling certain people to tune in that they had a box. Well, they clapped back at her for that. They said, "No, you can't do that. That's you can't do that. You can't do that." Because Oprah was telling people, if you got a box, tune in. Period. Well, I hope the stars get what they really want. Okay, I do. I hope the stars come on top of the world and they get everything they want and deserve. But let's talk about Britney Spears and her ex-husband, okay? Because allegedly he didn't climb through her. He didn't climb through her window or something, and there was a knife involved. Hold up, y'all. Let's get into this Britney Spears and her ex-husband. Now, you know, this was one of her ex-husbands. I can't remember what his name was, but he was the one that was married to her when it was in Vegas for 48 hours. He was with for 48 hours. Now, don't get me wrong, she got some good taste because he wasn't bad. But let me post a story up for y'all to know what's going on. But he wasn't bad. Okay. Oh, here he is. Jason Alexander is his name. He is in. Okay, so for stalking, TMZ has learned. Okay, so according to online records, Alexander is being held in a Tennessee jail. He was booked around 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday morning, currently being held on a $50,000 bond. Of course, it's not the first time Jason, who was married to Britney Spears for just 55 hours back in 2004 at a Vegas ceremony, he has been in trouble with the law. Okay, let's get down. Okay, so TMZ broke the story. Jason busted into Britney Spears' home on her wedding day back in June 2022, repeatedly saying he needed to talk to Britney, despite the fact he wasn't even on her wedding guest list. Alexander made it as far as Britney's bedroom door. Cops say he was armed with a knife, but thankfully he never came face to face with Britney. He was eventually pinned down outside the home by employees setting up the wedding until cops arrived and took him into custody. You go to your ex-wife's wedding ceremony to talk to her about what? Sir, what? What did you go to your ex-wife's ceremony for to talk to her about, sir? Oh, hold on. I think we got his mugshot. Yeah, I think we got his mugshot up here. Yeah, it was mugshot. Okay. You crazy as hell. Well, not with a knife, sir. You crazy. Kindly escort your crazy ass down the road, okay? Because that's why she left you after 55 hours. I see why. The annulment came in handy, y'all. Y'all, Britney Spears is getting old. She's getting old, that's for sure. She's getting wrinkles. Yes. She's no longer one of the young girls no more. She's getting older. That's why she needs to set her ass down somewhere and get married to this man she finna get married to. And I think she already did. And take her money back from her parents and live her own life. Shit, whether she blow it, she blow it. If she keep it, she keep it. Either way, it's her money. Let her have it. Well, that's the guy from her hometown. Oh, is it? Well, it wasn't love after all for them, okay? It wasn't love at first sight either. It was straight to the courthouse after 50 hours, period. She couldn't take him, he couldn't take her. Bet she misses the hit me baby one more time days, okay? Y'all, that's all I got for today. I've got some messy stuff I'm gonna start getting into. I was a little late today. I think I'm gonna start doing these in the afternoon because I get more traction in the afternoon because people be at work, be busy in the evening time. We don't know. It either be afternoon or late nights. One of the two. There's a video that I'm uploading as well. It should be uploaded by tomorrow. It goes over Jocelyn Hernandez and Cardi B. So make sure y'all tune in to that video as well. And as always, y'all, always remember, stay blessed, stay positive, stay motivated, and I'll see you guys in another video.
When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever fall, never stumble.